senior night. We'd like to acknowledge the 2 seniors who are playing their last game at West Rutland School, home game. First senior, Cody McFerrin, who will be attending Southern Maine Community College and hoping to transfer
Caleb.
University of
Caleb
McLaren, sorry. Southern Maine Community College.
Cody McFerrin, throwback.
New England, Caleb McLaren. Parents can come in the half court. Parents can meet in the half court. Our next senior, Zach Trepanier, has been accepted to Elmira College, Stonehill College, the University of Vermont, and St. Michael's College.
So two seniors from West Rutland are being met by their families at half court.
Participation in West Rutland basketball.
So as they get honored by their family and friends and get some pictures taken. The Long Trail team, normally we honor the visiting team's seniors as well, but looking down their roster, Long Trail has no seniors, 2 juniors, 4 sophomores, 5 sophomores, and 4 freshmen on their squad. It looks like a couple of them might be out this evening. I see a boy with a broken hand that's out. So we're bringing the whole family into the picture. So this is a weird situation for tonight. Golden Horde playing on their home gym are going to be listed on the scoreboard as the visiting squad. So they'll be wearing the green.
Sorry, Caleb, I was looking at Cody Parker when I read your name.
So apology from Athletic Director Joe Harrington. And as they turn around with the posters, looks like maybe a 3rd grade class picture.
Okay, the starting lineups.
Blown up on the board.
Tonight's game between the West Rutland Golden Horde and the Long Trail Mountain Lions. Starting tonight for West Rutland. Number 3, Jacob Bartlett.
So visiting team being announced first, which is West Rutland.
Number 23, Caleb McLaren. Number 32, Brian Maxson. And number 33, Zach Trepanier.
So a little change in the starting lineup tonight for the Horde. Honoring both the seniors.
Number 3,
Caleb McLaren, Zach Trepanier, who's normally in the starting lineup. So the 2 seniors are in the starting lineup.
Number 23, Liam Sheldon.
And on the Long Trail side,
and number 35,
starting,
Evan Crum.
You have Evan Crum, Liam Sheldon, Will McCullough, Luke Carmel,
by Casey Serrani,
and Garrett Petrosi. National anthem is going to be sung by Casey Serrani this evening.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bolts bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Beautiful job once again by Casey Serrani with the national anthem. So this is a matchup of a game from a week or so ago. Long Trail School was able to get that victory that evening. I believe that was by 10 points. I was not attending due to illness. The Long Trail team has had a nice opening season as a varsity program. Currently, I believe they're 7-7 on the season. The Ultimate Road Warriors, they have no home gym. This is their home game. They've played every one of the games on the road. They have a half a gym, so I'm thinking that they have to practice on the road as well. So matchup between Maxim and Crum in the center circle for the jump ball. Two are really good friends. So it should be interesting to see how much they smile while they're doing this. And Crum's able to grab that rebound and goes to Sheldon. Sheldon brings it up over the timeline, gets it over to Carmel. Carmel skips the ball across the Petrosi and gets it into Crum, who finishes in the lane. So 2-0. They're looking to press Dow at the timeline, get it into Maxim in the post. Wide open, decides not to go up with it, gets it over to, and Jacob Bartlett hits a 2-pointer. Must have been on the line. Looked like it could have been a 3 up the front court to Carmel. Carmel dribble drive, pulls it back out, throws it out to Petrosi, and Sheldon with the long 3-pointer. No good, tap out, comes back out top to Petrosi. Gets it to McCullough. McCullough over to Carmel, back to Petrosi, back to Carmel. Back to Petrosi, gets it to McCullough, throws the ball, it goes into the backcourt. So that's going to be a turnover by the Long Trail. I believe they're the Mountain Lions. So Bartlett is going to put the ball into play, gets it into Dow's hand. 2-2 score, just under a minute into this first quarter here in West Rutland. Trippier takes a dribble, pass gets deflected, but Bartlett's able to run that down. Works across his man, gets it over to Dow. Dow skips it to Trippier in the corner, throws into Maxim. Maxim, and he's going to get called for the travel. He caught the ball a little bit farther away, and the ball's thrown over the top to Carmel. Carmel skips it to McCullough. McCullough thinks about the long 3, gets it to Petrosi in the corner, and he does launch the 3, 5-2. They come up. It looks like they're got some sort of weird trap going on. And mishandle there by Trippier. The ball gets turned over. According to Rich Dow, cameraman, said that defense killed the Horde last time. Weren't able to penetrate it. Good hands by Trippier from the backside. Picks a pocket, knocks it forward. Bartlett picks up the ball. Gets it over to Dow. Dow skips it to McLaren, and McLaren steps on the end line. So Golden Horde a little sloppy with the ball to start out this game. Sheldon throws the ball over, and Maxim knocks it out of bounds at the Long Trail bench. Good hustle there by Maxim to deflect that ball away. Gonna inbound it, throw it into the backcourt to Petrosi, who is a sophomore for a Long Trail school. Gets it over to Carmel. Carmel with a few dribbles. Looking. Fires across to Petrosi, back over to Carmel, to McCullough, thinks about the 3, big skip over to Petrosi, trying to find Crum, and Maxim picks off that pass coming from the backside, gets it to Dow. Dow pushing the ball forward, skips it over, gets it to Dow, and Dow on the runner, it's short. Ball's knocked back out to Maxim, dribble drive, goes in, up off the glass, and gets it to fall in. 5-4. Ball's thrown in to the backcourt to McCullough. And he's able to get it up over the timeline, gets it up to Carmel. Carmel pulls it back down, gets it to McCullough, to Petrosi in the corner. Skips it into Sheldon, and the ball's picked away by Maxim. And Bartlett picks up the foul on Carmel at the half-court line. Carmel was sitting and waiting for him. And get the subs coming in, so the 2 seniors, I believe, are going out of the game. Should get a pretty good hand, I would think, from the crowd. Into the game, Jordan Johnson and William Grabowski. So the ball comes to Dow, gets it over to Bartlett, and he gets knocked from the backside, but it's last touch by the Horde. So Petrosi's going to throw the ball in, and he gets it into the backcourt to Sheldon, and Sheldon's going to walk it up across. These kids know each other pretty well. Most of these same guys are also soccer players for Long Trail School, and they generally play 2 to 3 times a year against each other. Luke Carmel with the ball outside the timeline, skips it over to Petrosi. He's looking, big skip over to McCullough. McCullough thinks about the 3, but decides better of it. Long Trail is being very patient with their offense, and McCullough is going to put up the long 3. That's no good. Sheldon up and finishes over Maxim. So 7-4, 4 minutes to go. Get the ball to Dow, back to Bartlett. Bartlett dribble drive and loses the handle going through out of bounds. So another turnover on the Horde. So Petrosi's looking to throw the ball in, throws it into Sheldon, gets closed by Bartlett, and he's able to push it up over the timeline. And Bartlett's going to pick up a foul on the backside, trying to reach around on Sheldon, trying to knock that ball away. So first team foul on the Horde, first foul on Bartlett. So thrown into Petrosi in the backcourt. 3:44 to go. It's 7-4. Long Trail in the lead. Carmel throws the ball up top, gets it into the high post, skips it back out. McCullough's going to think about the 3, and he buries it. So the difference in the game is 10-6 right now. 2 3-pointers out of the hands, and Jordan Johnson's going to try to match it, and that hits hard off the iron, goes up, hits a black bar, and goes out of bounds. So 10-4. Golden Horde down 6, 3:18 to go. Ball's thrown into Crum in the backcourt. Throws it to Sheldon, and he slows down, waits for Maxim to go by him, and then he walks it back over the timeline. Dad gets it into Crum at the high post, gets over to Carmel. It's like they're playing 4 out, 1 in right now with the lineup that they have on the court. Dribble drive by Carmel, and that goes long, and William Grabowski is able to pull it down. Bartlett up, goes off the backboard and misses. And Bartlett's going to pick up a cheapie coming from the backside. That's number 2 on Bartlett. So he's going to be coming out of the game. So a big foul there on Bartlett. He's going to go out of the game. So Petrosi with the ball, gets it over to Will McCullough, and good hands there by Grabowski, knocks the ball out of bounds. So 10-6, 2:36 to go here in the first quarter. Ball's thrown into McCullough. McCullough's going to work, throws it over to Carmel. Carmel back to McCullough. McCullough back to Carmel. Looking to try to get the ball into either the high post or the low post on the zone by West Rutland. Liam Sheldon drives to the basket, and because of the pressure, shuffles his feet before he goes up. And on the turnover goes back to the Golden Horde. So see if the Horde can get something out of this offensive set. Had a couple turnovers. So working the ball, get it to Grow. Grow wild. Maxim tries going back up, and that's blocked by Sheldon, and that's going to be a turnover. Good pressure there by Maxim, forced Petrosi to lose his dribble out of bounds. So Grabowski's going to throw the ball in from the sideline, and he throws it back to Dow near the half-court line. Comes off a dribble, gets it to Johnson. Johnson tries to fire the ball to Maxim, and that chest pass is not going to get by the long arms of this zone by Long Trail. Ball's thrown in to Dow outside the 3-point arc. Looking to move the ball around, gets it to Dow, finds Maxim. Maxim hard off the glass, no good, and that's going to be last touch by the Golden Horde. It must be the ball went into the girls' locker room. McCullough went and retrieved it. So long trail ball, 1:47 to go. Ball's thrown into Petrosi. He's just going to dribble slowly over the timeline, drops it back to McCullough, back to Petrosi. He fires up the three. That's no good. Rebound down to William Grabowski. And Dow's coming up across the timeline, gets it to William Grabowski. And he gets caught up there, gets the ball stripped from him. So a lot of turnovers for the Horde here in this first quarter. Not getting a lot of good offensive sets. They find Sheldon on the cut, and he's going to get fouled. And the foul is going to go on Jordan Johnson. So his first, team third. Sheldon is going to go to the line. Sheldon's off the front of the iron. So still 10-4, not much scoring. And that one's perfect through the rim, so Dow's gonna walk the ball up over the timeline. William Grabowski with the ball in the wing, gets it back to Dow, back to Johnson. Dow with a fake pass. Gets it to Johnson. Johnson dribbles in, throws it out to William Grabowski outside the three-point arc. Gonna hand it off to Dow. Jordan Johnson with the ball, gets it back to Dow. Nothing open. Fires the pass. Maxim up off the glass, no good. Tyler Groh on the glass, no good. And gonna get a held ball. Tyler Groh fought for that ball on the alternating possession. It's going to go back to the Horde. Down 7 at this point. Ball's thrown into Jacob Dow. Back to William Grabowski. Gets it to Maxim in the short corner. Fires it back out to William Grabowski. Fires it into Maxim. Who works against his buddy Evan Crum, and he earns the foul, and will go to the foul line to shoot 2. So good move there by Maxim. Goes back into Crum, so Crum can't get the block from the backside. Draws the contact. Not able to finish, but will earn 2 foul shots. First one's up, and that one's good for Maxim. So that's the first bucket in a very long time, or first point in a very long time for the Horde. Makes it 11-5. Maxim again at the line. Second one is good, so that makes it 11-6. Long stretch without any points there for the Horde. Get the ball into Will McCullough's hand from Luke Carmel, back to Luke Carmel. Big skip pass over the top, Sheldon. Sheldon working the ball back out across the timeline, back to Sheldon. Sheldon's gonna fire the 3. That's off the iron, no good. Maxim pulls down the rebound. Comes up across the timeline. A little loose on that pass to Dow. Finds Johnson, no good. And Tyler Groh gets the offensive board. Good back cut there by Johnson. Nice feed by Dow. Not able to finish, but Tyler Groh has been getting after the offensive boards, and he earned his way to the foul line. And that's there's a foul on Evan Crum. So that's his second, which is pretty big. He's a big body guy down by the rim, so 2.5 seconds ago. Tyler Groh's first one was good. And the second one is also good. So the Horde able to creep back in it with 4 straight points from the line. And Jordan Johnson with great footwork there, kicks the ball into the crowd. Luckily, nobody. So .3, I think it's got to be a tip. Yeah, I think anything under .5 has to just be tipped towards the basket. You cannot catch and shoot in that instance. So at the end of 1, nice little run by the Horde to close it back down, but the Trail Longtail School 11-8. So we're going to take a real short break, and we'll be back for second quarter action. Okay, so we're back to action here in the third quarter. It's going to be the Golden Horde ball. A little change in the lineup from the start of the game. On the floor where Caleb McLaren started is Tyler Groh. Ball's into the post to Tyler Groh. Goes around, tries a wraparound pass, nobody home, but it comes out to Dow, gets it to Trippier. Trippier's going to launch the long 3. That's off the backboard, no good, and Sheldon's able to rip that ball away from Grow and to push it forward. Sheldon's gonna work his man all the way down. Luke Carmel launches the three, and that ball goes off the face of Jacob Bartlett, out of bounds. It looks like it hit him right in the nose. I think he's checking to see if it might be bleeding. So Sheldon tries to get the ball in to Crum. He gets knocked away, and Bartlett finishes on the run. 21-23. Horde closed within 2 here. Just about a minute into the third quarter. Skips the ball out to Luke Carmel. Carmel dribbling outside the 3-point arc. Maxim's laying off him, letting him just dribble it out there. Petrosi dribble, gets it to Carmel. Carmel just dribbling around, gets it to McCullough, gets it over Petrosi. Petrosi being checked by Trippier. Dribble drive, throws a wild shot up and under, and it's pulled down by Trippier. Trippier gets it to Dow. Dow pushes up over the timeline, fires it to Bartlett. Bartlett thinks about the 3, takes a dribble. Everybody backs off him, so he takes the 2, and Sheldon comes up with the rebound. And Maxim trying to make an aggressive play. He got called for a touch foul in the first half on that. Sheldon on the runner, no good. Dow pulls it down. He's looking to push it. Finds Grow on the run. Grow up off the backboard and good. Nice find by Jacob Dow. Nice cut by Grow, and he's able to go up and under and finish. So that ties the score at 23. McCullough working up over the timeline against Dow. Gets it to Sheldon. Dribble drives across, kicks it out to Petrosi. Gets it to McCullough. McCullough off the bounce, skips it over to Carmel. Carmel on the dribble drive and gets all the way to the rim and gets the shooter's bounce. And Dow gets the ball inbounded. Get over to Trippier. Trippier throws it back up to Dow. And Bartlett with the ball, looking to work it inside. Gets it over to Grow. Grow cuts through. The runner by Jacob Bartlett's no good. Tyler Grow able to grab the rebound and finish. Ball's thrown in. Ball's thrown over the timeline to Luke Carmel. Carmel just bouncing outside the 3-point arc. Maxim just letting him dribble there. McCullough with the ball. He's going to work off a screen from Carmel. Dow checking him, works off another screen. Dribble drive, that's short on that runner. Trippier comes down with a strong rebound, fires the ball to Dow. Great hands by Dow to dribble that out of there. Fires it to Bartlett. Bartlett takes his eyes off it for a second, and he's going to launch the long 3 and buries it. And Golden Horde take their first lead of the game. And that ball's thrown up. Maxim takes it. And gets it to Dow. Dow brings it up across the timeline, gets it to Trippier. Trippier's going to launch the long 3. That's way short. Grow there on the rebound, and he gets fouled by Sheldon on that putback attempt. And I think he put it on the wrong side. What? We're the one that just made the 3, right? Wouldn't it be 28? Oh, we are home on the scoreboard? Oh. I thought, I haven't really been paying attention to that. No wonder you haven't messed it up, because I haven't been in your ear. I thought we were the visiting team on the board too. Sorry, my bad. I'm getting in trouble. I'm trying to tell the scorekeeper how to do her job, and she's way better than I am. Tyler Grow gets that second one to bounce, so 4-point lead for the Horde. Sheldon's being worked by Johnson, comes up across the timeline. That was Sheldon's second. He works off a screen from Crum. Dribble drive. A lot of contact there, no foul. Crum, and I'm not sure if they're going to get Grow or Maxim on that foul. So they're going to give that one to Tyler Grow. And Crum's going to go to, Evan Crum's going to go to the foul line to shoot 2 shots. First one rattles off the side of the rim, no good. So Crum's got one more coming at the line. First team foul, and that was the first on Grow on that last call. Second one's up, rattles around and gets a nice shooter's bounce, and it falls through for Crum. So ball's inbounded to Dow. Dow's gonna just walk it up across the timeline, fires it over to Bartlett. Bartlett thinks about the three, gets it back out to Dow. Dribbles it in, gets it over to Johnson. Johnson to Bartlett. Bartlett's gonna launch the long three. That's no good, and Coe comes down with the rebound. So Sheldon working off the dribble, gets it to McCullough. McCullough works off the dribble. Coe's gonna launch the long three. That's no good. Rebound to Crum. Gets it out to Sheldon. Gets it out to Coe. Coe's gonna launch another three off the backboard. Coe battling in there and gets a few rebounds. And that three's no good. Maxim grabs the ball and Coe comes underneath him on that rebound attempt. So Coe is going to pick up the foul there on Maxim's defensive board. That's his second. And Bartlett gets the ball inbounded from Dow, and it's handed back to him. Dow's going to come up across the timeline. 3-point lead for the Golden Horde. 29-26, 3:12 to go. Big skip pass over to Johnson. Grow off the bounce, skips it back out to Dow. Dow to Bartlett. Jordan Johnson skips it back up to Dow. Gets it to Bartlett. Bartlett to Dow, back to Johnson. Swinging it around, gets it into Maxim. Maxim up over Crum, no good. And rebound comes down to Sheldon. Great ball movement by the Horde. Trosi finds Coe at the rim and is not able to finish, and Maxim rips the ball away. And just lets Dow pick it up. So Johnson looking to throw it around, gets it to Dow. A bad pass there, picked off by Long Trail. Trosi gets it to McCullough. McCullough dribble drives, throws it over to Coe in the short corner, kicks it back out to Sheldon. Sheldon, nice runner, and he gets hacked, and that's good. And we'll see who they're going to give that foul to. So that one goes on Johnson. I believe that's his second. That is his second. And we get a timeout called by White. And he's going to call 30 seconds. So we're going to stay right here. So it's 29-28. West Rutland in the lead. Sheldon, I believe, is at the line to finish the three-point play. I can't remember who got that last basket, but coming out of this timeout, Long Trail will be at the line to try to tie the score back up at 29. The game's been back and forth. West Rutland's biggest lead of the game was 4, and Long Trail, I think, believe this game, biggest lead of the game, got up to 6 at one point. Been pretty evenly matched throughout. Horde's finishing a little better rate the second half than they did early in the first half. So Sheldon at the line to tie it, gets the shooter's bounce, and that will tie the game up at 29. So 29 all, 2:11 to go here in the third quarter. Ball into Grabowski's hands, gets it into Maxim at the foul line. Back to Johnson. Johnson gets it into Maxim. Maxim gets it stripped. And great hustle play by Tyler Grow. He's going to throw up the two-pointer that comes up short. Johnson able to get the rebound, dribbles it out. Big fire over the top to William Grabowski. Gets it to Tyler Grow. Tyler Grow dribbles and skips it back out to Grabowski. Ball's thrown in to Maxim, but it's poked away from the backside by Sheldon. McCullough dribbles up, spins his man, gets it to Coe, and Coe buries the jumper from the short corner. 2-point lead, minute 30 to go here in the third quarter. The Long Trail is clamping down on those easy basket balls around the basket. Big skip. Need somebody to start popping some outside jumpers, getting some finishes at the rim. Grow goes up, and on the fadeaway attempt, Petrosi, I think, picked up the foul. So Grove's going to go back to the line again. He's been working really hard on the offensive glass, and he's earned his way to the foul line quite a few times tonight. I think this might be trip 7 and 8 for him. And that one is good. So that pulls the Horde back within 1. Second attempt. That one's up, and that is good as well. So tie ball game again, 31-all. And Sheldon's gonna bring the ball up over the timeline. He's gonna be checked by Johnson. And Sheldon just dribbling, gets it over to Will McCullough. Will McCullough, big skip pass over to Petrosi, back to McCullough. Over to Coe. Coe dribbling, works off the screen. Gets it over, Dow finds Sheldon, finds Coe, down underneath for the finish. And back to a 2-point lead for Long Trail. Get it to Dow. Back to Grabowski. Grabowski a little bit long on that 3-point attempt. And McCullough's going to bring it up across the timeline. 2-point lead, 28 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Ball's in Crum's hands. Coe's going to launch the 3. That's no good. And I believe Tyler Groh is going to pick up a foul coming from the backside. So that's going to be on the floor. Second foul on Tyler Groh. 3 team fouls for each team. 19.6 seconds to go. Ball's inbounded up to Sheldon. And the ball is thrown over to Petrosi in the corner. Really long on that 3-point attempt. Comes down to Johnson. 10 seconds to go here in the quarter. Get it to Groh. Groh gets it to Maxim. Maxim's going to do a step back 3. Rattles around, no good. Strip from the backside, and nice strip. And Maxim's not able to finish. The finish came, but it came after the buzzer. So at the end of 3, 33-31. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be back for fourth quarter back to action here. 33-31. Coming out of the game, William Grabowski into the game. Jake Bartlett, who's been hampered by some foul trouble tonight and had to sit quite a bit in the first half. And West Rutland's going to come out in a zone after playing man for the middle quarters of this game. A few guys with some foul trouble, maybe trying to protect against that. Petrosi's going to go up with a long 3 and buries it. That jumps the lead up to 5 for Long Trail. Golden Horde with the ball. Bartlett throws it to Dow. Go for the steal. Get it to Groh. Groh fires it into Maxim. Gets it out to Dow. Dow with the 3, and he answers on the other end. Nice finish by Dow. Nice find by Maxim from the lane to the wide open 3-pointer for Jacob Dow. Get the ball over to the corner to Coe. Petrosi, big skip pass over to McCullough. McCullough comes off the screen. Ball's fired over, and Coe battling down on the end line with Johnson, tries to make a hustle save and throws the ball out of bounds. So on the turnover, it goes back to the Golden Horde. 2-point games, 36-34. So Dow with the ball, gets it into Bartlett. Bartlett just dribbling outside the timeline, gets it to Dow. Dow takes a couple dribbles, gets it to Johnson. Bartlett in the corner, thinks about the 3. Little runner, is way long. Wild rebound. Maxim goes up, a lot of contact, no call. And Coe comes down with the basketball. And he's going to dribble, and he's going to find Petrosi. Petrosi gets it to McCullough. McCullough, they find Sheldon in the lane. No good. Gets his own rebound, kicks it out to McCullough. Long 3-pointer, and buries the 3-pointer from the corner. And it jumps back to a 5-point lead. So Bartlett with the ball. Outside the 3-pointer. Thinks about the 3, gives it back to Dow, goes back to Bartlett. Bartlett's going to launch the long 3. That's in and out. Tyler Groh, and he's going to earn his way back to the foul line again. Tyler Groh's made a living at the foul line this evening. He's going to go back, and he will be shooting 2. That foul is going to be charged to Will McCullough, his first, team 4th. First one's up, rattles around, and no good. So 6:03 to go. It's a 5-point lead for Long Trail. Grow up, and that one is good. So Coe throws in the ball to Sheldon, gets it to McCullough. McCullough working across the line. Gets it over to Petrosi. Petrosi, big skip to McCullough. McCullough straightaway 3 and buries it. It's 2 in a row. So I'm gonna get a timeout called by Coach Dunches with the lead jumping up to 7. And it's gonna be a full timeout. So we're gonna take a break and we'll be back for more action after this timeout. So we're back to action. It's going to be the Golden Horde ball after the 3 ball by Will McCullough. Timeout called Coach Dunches. The lead has ballooned up to 7 for Long Trail School. I believe it's the biggest lead of the game for him. Johnson's got the ball, gets it to Grow. Grow gets it into Maxim. Maxim fires it out to Dow, out to Bartlett, back to Dow. Back to Johnson. Johnson on a bad pass, gets it picked. Jacob Dow fouled him all the way down, and they never called the foul until he got into the shooting. So that gets it up to 9. And McCullough can go to the line to make this a 10-point lead for Long Trail School. 5:25 to go. Shots up, that rattles around, no good. And that ball was last touched by Long Trail, so it's gonna be Golden Horde ball. Long Trail stayed in this zone the entire game, but it's been a really aggressive zone. They're not giving up too many outside attempts from the Horde, and they're closing the middle lane so they can't even get the ball in to their big guys where they made some noise earlier. Jacob Dow shoots the 3. And that's no good. And Sheldon comes down with the rebound. And he's gonna just walk it over the timeline. So 10-point lead. Get it over to Coe. Coe to Crum. And just swinging the ball around. They're just content with just dribbling the ball outside the 3-point arc. And gets it over Petrosi, gets it to Will McCullough. McCullough off the bounce, dribble drive, hand off to Coe. That's a carry. Coe fires it into Sheldon. Sheldon double pumps and goes off the glass. So 11-point lead. I thought that might have made it. And Evan Crum is going to pick up his 4th foul on that dribble drive by Grow. And we got a 30-second timeout called by Coach Dunches. I don't know if Coach Dunches called that, because with Crum with 4 on him, you almost think you'd want to post him up and try to work him in the lane, because he's going to have to let people go at this point or he's going to foul out of this game. So lead up to 11. Golden Horde haven't scored in a while. Last bucket or last made point by the Golden Horde was a foul shot by Grow. It's going to be Horde ball inbounding from underneath their offensive basket. So they're going to work the inbound. Bartlett, 4:07 to go. And a bad pass thrown over the top, trying to find Maxim, and it just gets picked. So Sheldon's going to come up across the timeline. Under 4 minutes to go here. Gets it to McCullough. McCullough comes off the screen, kicks it over to Coe. And then it gets into Crum, back to Sheldon. Sheldon dribble drive, backs it into Coe. And that is a carry on Coe. So coming onto the court are the 2 seniors, Caleb McLaren and Zach Trippier. 11-point lead, 3:33 to go. Gets it into The ball's thrown out, and Zach Trippier is not able to handle it. Maxima had Crum isolated down underneath the basket. Probably not recognizing he's got 4. So McCullough off the bounce, gets it to Sheldon, throws it into Crum at the high post. And Long Trail is just content with just dribbling the ball on the outside. Looking for maybe a 5-second call there. Throws it out to Sheldon. Sheldon dribbling, being worked by Dow. Gets it back out to McCullough. Big skip across Petrosi, back into Coe. Coe kicks it out. They're just going to work the ball until West Rutland fouls him at this point, I think. They're trying to make him come out of the zone, and it's not happening. And they're going to call the foul on Jacob Dow. So they ran about a minute of the clock there on that possession. And Golden Horde trailing by 11, 2:33 to go. And they're just going to dribble the ball on the outside. And they're going to work it. They're just going to work the ball on the outside. We're going to make something happen here defensively, get a steal. Good skip pass across Sheldon. Sheldon just dribbling outside, throws it into Crum. Crum throws it back out. Jacob Dow with the steal, gets it to head to William Grabowski. Comes down, 2 missed layup opportunities there for the Golden Horde. So there's still one more foul to go before Long Trail will be shooting foul shots.
Easiest pass. Just go in the backcourt. Go. Stay there. Until he plays you up. Stay there until he plays you up.
They're skipping it over to Sheldon. Big floated pass out of Petrosi, back into Crum to McCullough. And it just looks like Long Trail is just going to burn the clock right now. Just moving it around. Minute 15 to go. 11-point lead for Long Trail. And they just skip it back out to McCullough. And to Crum. Crum skips it across. Trosi. And the ball is just thrown over the top. And finally, aggressive play there by Caleb McLaren, and Coe is going to go to the line to shoot 1-and-1. So Coe at the line to shoot 1-and-1. 51.7 seconds to go. 46-35. Long Trail in the lead. That shot's no good, and he had to have left the line early. He had to have left the line early. The shooter was the first one to the basketball, and he can't leave until it hits the rim.
You didn't see that one? You went running in.
So the foul shooter is the only one that's not allowed to go until it hits.
You can't do that. Let's go. Not 23. 23 instead. Move the feet.
So 11-point lead. Barring a miracle here, Golden Horde are going to fall to Long Trail, and they're going to fall below 500 for the first time on the season. They're battling, bodies on the ground, and McCullough is just going to dribble it up, and they're just going to dribble it out. So he's just going to stand out there and just dribble the ball and just throws it up to the corner. and they're just going to toss the ball around the outside, and they're just going to kill the clock. And they just skip it over, and this game is going to come to an end. So Long Trail is going to go to 8-7 on the season, and the Golden Horde are going to fall to 9-10 on the season. So this one ends with an 11-point win for Long Trail School. Good night. Sign off for our last broadcast probably of the year on the boys' side. They don't have any more home games, and it looks like they'll be on the road for the playoffs. So last boys' home game of the year from the Hinchy Gymnasium. Have a good night.